What's going on, people? Travis J here. Let's talk Bronny James. I'll be real. I love LeBron James. I love the family. I love the story. Everything is fantastic. The picture's been perfect for so many years. I've been following LeBron's career literally since the beginning. Bro. I remember the first game, pulls up, him, Ricky Davis, I think Ilgauskas is in the lineup, that whole, the original Cavs team when LeBron joined. Literally, he's the only real superstar I can say I watched his career from day one. Love that guy. Super proud of him. On NBA 2K, I'm so loyal to LeBron James. When he left the Cavs and went to Miami Heat, so did I. When he left Miami and went back to the Cavs, so did I. When he left the Cavs and went to LA, off to Hollywood we go, LeBron fam. Yeah? But we gotta talk about Bronny. The latest chapter of the LeBron James legacy. His son. They made history playing alongside his son in the NBA. I mean, bro, these are things I've only ever achieved on 2K. Yeah? Anyway, we move. So, we've got a record-breaking moment. LeBron James is playing alongside his son on the Lakers, right? The first game, it was literally magnificent, bro. You look at all the pictures of LeBron James and Bronny when he's a little baby and he's there playing for the Cavs. He's literally, LeBron James's career, we're talking 22 years in the league. And now his son is here as a teammate. It's incredible. It's a movie, right? After that first game goes out the way, we're kind of watching to see how the season is unfolding. And I think it might be time for us to have a conversation. Now, I don't ever want to be the person that rushes out to try and put some mud on someone's name. But I'm watching the Bronny James kind of chapter and I'm like, I really hoped it would be better than this. It's actually going really well on 2K for me. What I'm being able to do with Bronny, we're averaging at least 6-7 points a game. The alternate isn't even doing so fantastic on my 2K. But in real life, it's a different story. Now, early in the season, the Lakers organization decided it would be better for you to kind of go and play some games on the G League, yeah? You're not really ready for the NBA wear and tear, so let's go take some time over there. I'm in my head, fantastic idea. We're watching him in the G League. It's only been a couple games. But one thing I know is when NBA players usually go down to the G League, they dominate. Head and shoulders above that talent because I'm a level above you. What I've seen Bronny do down there is kind of... I want it to be better. And I'm hoping that this is a slow development and he eventually gets it. But I worry because in today's league, we got players that come in and they're ready to go straight away. Right? Now some of you might be thinking at this point, Trav, why are you talking about basketball? Unbeknownst to some people, I played basketball for 8-9 years growing up. I played basketball for my university team, London Metropolitan. Weird story, I actually joined that uni because they had the best team in the country at the time. I said, listen, whatever course they got going on over there, I want in on that action. I signed up in clearing. On that day, I signed up, I saw the course list, creative writing and media studies. Lo and behold, I grew up and become a stand-up comedian, yada, 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 rest is history. But that is what set me off on my journey. My basketball days, some of my fondest memories. Anyway, now I'm looking at what Bronny's doing out here and I'm thinking to myself, I do feel like this might be one of those daddy kind of hookups. LeBron James is a very influential man, especially in today's league. He's literally the best scorer of all time. What I want to talk about today is different parental approaches to having your child follow in your footsteps. Now, my experience of this in a stand-up comedy game, my mum is Angela Lamar, one of the pioneers of the black comedy circuit in the UK as we know it today. Literally the first black female comic in this country. Yeah? Big shoes to fill. When I started in this game, there was a lot of conversations around comics who knew who I was. My peers, I tried to kind of keep it a bit concealed for as long as I could. I wanted the respect of my associates in this game, my colleagues, right? So I kept it quite low key. But if you knew, you knew. It wasn't like I was doing some grandmaster secret thing. But one of the things that my mum taught me when I got into the game was you've got to do the work. You've got to go out there for real and figure this thing out. I can't teach you how to have the instincts and the little things that you're going to learn, the little nuggets of wisdom that you can only acquire through experience. So for the first 5 or 6 years, there wasn't really much interaction. She was more like a distant mentor. When she kind of saw that I was really starting to establish myself, that's when she kind of was like, okay, now we can have different conversations because you get what I'm talking about. Now, I look at that in different areas, right? Because I always find myself drawing to the son or the daughter who follows in the footsteps of their parents because I relate to the experience, right? My mum is an icon over here in the UK, especially in our community, right? So you look at other examples of different sports, Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, and I want to highlight the different approaches that the parents have taken that have probably resulted in different outcomes. Because Bronny, in my my opinion, he's on the receiving end of a very influential father. And I don't say that as a way to insult LeBron. LeBron James has desired playing alongside one of his sons for a very long time. And the fact that he's able to help facilitate, make that happen, salute. You have my full respect. But I'm looking at the outcome and I'm like, maybe he's not all the way ready. Conor Benn, Nigel Benn, boxes over here in the UK. Nigel Benn took a very distant approach. He was like, look, you go train with your trainer. I'll be in Australia. I won't even be here. You go and handle the work you've got to do and develop the way you're supposed to. You're your own man at the end of the day. I'm me. It's time for you to carve out your lane. Conor Benn does what he does, becomes Conor Benn. You can see the difference. Fight to fight, year to year. He's developed his own kind of style. He's also really learned a lot of the key fundamentals in the way he fights. I think probably the biggest difference between them two is punching power. You look at Chris Eubank Sr. and Chris Eubank Jr. as an example of a father approach. His one is very smothering. I'm going to stand right next to you through every step of the way of your career because I don't want anything bad to happen to you at the hands of this business, right? And in doing so, I feel like he's potentially hindered Eubank Jr. in a lot of ways. We're only recently starting to understand Eubank Jr.'s personality because he's only now been allowed to talk. We kind of hear and get to know what he's about. Now, with his case, because Eubank Sr. was essentially his boxing trainer as well, I look at that situation, I think to myself, maybe that has hindered his boxing style also. Those who can do can't always teach. And I think sometimes when you look at, say, a Eubank Sr. approach, it's very hands-on. It's what I say goes. You should follow me because I know best. Their relationship is somewhat broken down as Eubank Jr. has started to take on a bit more of an independent approach to his career. And Eubank Sr. has not really been able to manage not being head honcho in the camp. Now, I say all of that to say we have different examples of how this has played out, right? Conor Benn, quite established, got his own relationship. Eubank Jr., career is in a bit of a disarray because of slightly mismanagement things over the years. Bronny James is dealing with the blowback. You know, people look at him thinking, maybe you're not it. Maybe someone else should have been drafted. Somebody more deserving should have got this spot. Had it not been for your dad, you know, you might not be here. And I feel like it's one of those things that people are always looking to say to you, right? I'm always been aware of it myself, is why I wanted to distance myself slightly from my mum in the early days to establish myself as an individual, because that stigma it stays with you. And I do worry for Bronny James as he goes forward and he's now trying to find his feet in a very competitive league where players are literally fantastic nowadays. Like, you compare old eras, you know, there's a lot of debate between LeBron James, Michael Jordan. When you look at the game nowadays, there are so many talented players, like with the skill sets that would be superstars of yesteryear, in my opinion. Like what I'm seeing LaMelo Ball do, out of this world. What Steph Curry's done with shooting has revolutionized the game. I look at this league today and I'm like, I do worry for Bronny James. And I'm not too sure that with all the love and intentions that LeBron James would have had for his son, he's done the best thing for him. Just the other day, Carmelo Anthony, his son is committed to go to the same college that he went to, Syracuse. And I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, that's a really good decision. Go there, harness your game, do the work, don't miss any steps. Because unfortunately, in this game, in any kind of sport, entertainment, you do get found out under the lights if you haven't done your job. So yeah, I'm concerned. Anyway, listen, that's just my thoughts. You guys, let me know what you think. Leave the comments below. Let's discuss.